I look at these two musicals and I examine the way that they are helping audiences see early American history for the diversity that it was. Often when we look back at these earlier moments in history, the cultural representations of them are very white and very straight. And that's not reality. So how can we tell different stories? Well, Hamilton tries to tell a different story, this blockbuster musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda, by telling the stories we often tell about George Washington and John Adams and Alexander Hamilton, but doing so through Black and brown bodies, playing these people, these historic figures, and rapping and dancing, and it's a great musical. It's doing really impressive things for Broadway. And its tagline is a story of then told by the people of now. So the idea is we are a diverse world now, so let's put these bodies in that context. Oklahoma is this musical about the Oklahoma Territory, right on the verge of statehood. It's a sort of melting pot of cowboys and farmers and how can we make everybody be friends. It's a story about integration of community and integration of a territory into the larger United States. And it's almost always cast with all white people, or at least all white people in the leads. So what OSF does in their adaptation is it takes the two central romantic couples and it makes them both queer and interracial. And this is a profoundly different Oklahoma than what we're used to. It really only changes pronouns. Very little of the script has changed in terms of the actual words, but the whole story is different. The ensemble is racially diverse and there are gender non-binary characters in the ensemble, and this gets commented on when the villain of the story is homophobic and wants to correct everyone's gender performance. The musical Oklahoma by Rodgers and Hammerstein is based on a play called Green Grow the Lilacs by Lynn Riggs, who was a queer Cherokee playwright. The original play gets very whitewashed when Rodgers and Hammerstein get their hands on it, and any gay subtexts that were in the original play get completely excluded, so that you can see the steps that get taken in these representations of early America to make it look homogenous. Daniel Pollock-Pelsner, who teaches in the English department here at Linfield, has an excellent article about this in the Oregon Arts Watch, where he traces some of these changes and he interviews some people involved in the OSF production and also Stephen Sondheim to get their views on why the changes happen and what the effects of these changes are. Brilliant piece, you should check it out. So I compare these two projects and I say that they're both doing really important work, but that at the end of the day, Hamilton is telling us that the stories that matter are the stories of white people. And this tagline, the America then told by the people of today, implies that America then was white, and that's just not true, right? America has always been diverse. So ultimately, I argue that OSF's production is doing different and arguably more important cultural work in terms of helping us see what early America actually looked like.